Okay, so we're almost done with principles of natural law. And I ramble and I talk a lot, so it's taking a while to get there. But I think this is like the third video. Excuse me. So, principles of natural law. We have gone over the first, which was mentalism. The second, which is correspondence. The third, which is vibration. The fourth, which is polarity. And now we're on the fifth. The fifth is the principle of rhythm. Those left-handed of you who are musically inclined will totally get this. And those of you who only learn from the hard mistakes will also totally get this. Okay, so principle of rhythm. The Thoth quote from the Emerald Tablets that defines or describes this principle is as follows. Everything flows in and out. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. And that's what Thoth said to explain this situation in teaching. It's very much like if you take the principle of polarity and mash it into the principle of correspondence. Like, it's like progressive steps, you know. First you get mentalism, then you get correspondence, and then you get vibration, and then you get polarity. Okay, well, this is the next thing to get. It's rhythm. Okay, it doesn't just, there's not just equal opposites, and there's only this, and there's only this. There's all this gray space in between, and it swings from this side to that side. So you don't go from cold to hot. You have to pass through every realm of temperature between the two before you can get to the other side. But best believe, if you swung that bitch all the way over to cold, it's gonna get all the way over to cold. And then it's gonna swing back with just as much force as you swung that son bitch before it even moved. You know, like, rhythm is sort of the guiding rule that says you get exactly how much you give. You know, like polarity says that you have to balance things. And rhythm says that for the balance to be maintained, there has to be degrees in between that it passes through. So, anyway, rhythm compensates. That's the key. This principle embodies the truth that to every action, which is a cause, there is an equal, which is rhythm, and opposite, which is polarity, reaction, which is effect. So you got cause and effect, you got rhythm, and you got polarity, all in this one principle. Like, to every action, there is an equal or opposite reaction. To every cause, there is a rhythmic and polarized effect. Same thing. Rhythm is the wave of karma. You get exactly as much as you give. This is a principle that is unchanging, uncheatable, unavoidable. You can never escape the rhythm of karma. The best you can do is prepare for it. Preparation is accomplished by neutralizing yourself emotionally in order to soften the impact of the oncoming wave. So, if you make a bad decision, own it. Accountability, acceptance. Then you can move on. That's the point. There's no getting upset. There's no letting emotion hit you in the face and overtake you. Own it. Yeah, I fucked up. And it's gonna come bite me in the ass. I already know. So, I'll plant my feet firm. I'm gonna stand solid in my decision. And I'm gonna let the karmic rhythm teach me what I need to learn. Accountability is your only chance. Otherwise, the rhythm of karma will hit you when you're least prepared for it and knock you right off your feet. This is a principle of polarity in daily life. I was a jerk yesterday, so someone's going to be a jerk to me today. But I will be prepared for it and maybe be kinder today. This prevents the jerk cycle from continuing on to tomorrow. It may take longer than a day for rhythm to come back to you. It may take a whole lifetime. But you will always get the exact same energy that you put out. That's rhythm. Rhythm is the catalyst for polarity. Okay, so the sixth principle of natural law is cause and effect, which everyone is very familiar with. Cause and effect. This thing happens, which causes this to happen. This is the cause, this is the effect, this is the root, this is the tree. So the Thoth quote for the law of cause and effect is, every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause, everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law unrecognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. What's that saying? Is remember the law of vibration, how everything is constantly in motion. That goes with this, cause and effect. Every single motion of every single atom is a cause. Everything causes something else to happen, some kind of effect. You cannot create effects, you can only create cause. Cause creates its own effect. You give birth to cause. And cause, once separated from you, gives birth to effect. As above, so below. This principle embodies the truth that there are no accidents. Everything in the universe is manifested, governed by, and transmuted according to law. Transmuted meaning entirely changed. Cause and effect is the most obvious of these laws. Every thought, desire, emotion, action, and reaction is either a cause, effect, or both. You are hungry. This is a cause. You move to satisfy hunger. This is an effect that becomes a new cause. This is orderly chaos. There are a ridiculous amount of things that could happen because of this cause, because of your movement. You could miss an important phone call that would have changed your day. You could get in a car accident on the way to the store. You could choke on your food and your body could die. You could tip the waitress so well that she can afford to buy her kid that baseball that he wanted, which inspires him to go pro 20 years later. You could remember something that made you remember something else, that led your path in a way that it never would have gone if not for that rumbling in your tummy. The smallest things determine the outcome of your day, and everything, no matter how minute, is a cause. We are creators of cause. Every cause has an effect, and every effect evolves into yet another cause. It's the magic of free will. We can create great and terrible things through this principle. We can also kind of predict an estimate of some of the effects of a certain cause. The only true way to know the future is to be able to predict the effects of a cause. But the variables are so many, and for the free will is so wild that it is hardly accomplished accurately. Plus, everything in the path of the wave of cause has its own effect, like throwing a rock into a lake and trying to predict every creature and plant that will feel the current created by it, then predicting what causes they will create because of it. There's really no way to be sure, but one could make a hypothesis with enough information. That's where I'm at with that. The future's not set, so reading the future it's a shot in the dark. But I can tell you this. I know it's going to happen from this cause, you know? You can't see past your own choices. The next time you have a choice to make, the future is blank, you know? You created a cause which is leading to an effect. I can read you from the cause to effect, you know, but I can't read past the effect of that cause. So there's that. Okay, so then the last principle of natural law is gender, which is kind of key. Like, this is how you decipher and categorize all energy everywhere by gender. Everything is sorted into house of gender. So the Thoth quote from the Emerald Tablets that describe this principle is that gender isn't everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. Now that is, I mean, part of that is obvious, but then the other part is, that's new information. So there's gender in the spiritual planes, there's gender in the astral plane, there's gender in the, there are negative and positive energies working together on all planes. So if we get it here, we'll have the experience with it there. So let's utilize this time here to really get this principle. This principle embodies the truth that duality is a balanced polarity of gender. Active energy and potential energy, masculine energy and feminine energy, male and female, dark and light, light and dark. In all things. In Mystery Science, the term gender has nothing to do with sexual organs and everything to do with state of live energy. The male energy is active, positively charged, focused, direct energy. Female energy is its mirror opposite, the potential, negatively charged, creative, free-flowing energy. The yin is the soul. She is emotion, understanding, tenderness, freedom, creativity, and inspiration. Yang is the spirit. He is action, structure, order, limitation, drive, and conqueror of space and time. But he does not move without inspiration. He does not act without cause. He does not have anything to structure and organize, if not for the vision and creativity of his yin. Without the understanding that comes from the feminine energy, the masculine energy is a destructive blind force. Without the action of the masculine energy, the feminine energy is always procrastinating. This is imbalance. But there must be a darkness for the light to have reason to shine. There must be light for the darkness to yearn for, lest she should lose her reason to go on. What we got from this principle is that categorizing energies by charge allows us to polarize them better and find balance. This guy's too emotional. He needs a little action in his day. Maybe I'll drag him with me to the gym. This chick's too active. She needs to slow down. Maybe I'll bring her a puppy and be like, here, chill out and play with this. This thing's got enough energy for you. Don't turn an obstacle into an apocalypse. Whatever the case is, there's always an answer. There's always a resolution. The first step is to identify the problem. The second step is to add the missing polarized energy. And the principle of gender even applies to the foods that we eat. Everything has a gender. It's our job as Mystery Science initiates to look for the magic in nature and in daily life. You can't find anything you're not looking for, though, so you got to know it's there. Every single thing in front of you can be sorted into genders. Or it's both, and you have to sort the qualities of such into genders. So yeah, those are the 7 principles of natural law. Simple, pertinent, scientifically proven, and yet the more you look for these principles in your daily life, the more you will notice that you've been staring at them without seeing them your whole life. So yeah. Boom. Principles of natural law. And it's cool because like this is legitimately the most basic information, the principles of natural law, but it's so important. Like, it's not basic as in, you know, you're stupid if you don't already know this. It's obviously you don't already know this if nobody taught you, but it's basic as in this is the foundation. So everything that you learn from this point on about Mystery Sciences, about the Hermetic Society and all of the ancient knowledge that's been hidden and burned over the years, it all starts here. Natural law. This is the beginning, you know? Important books always start with the beginning. Okay, so let me backtrack, give you backstory. In the beginning, a universe was created according to these natural laws. There are 7, because our frequency is 7. So everything in this universe is developed in 7s. You had 7 layers of skin. There are 7 chakras, main chakras to your body, because that's the frequency that your body is in. There's more, obviously, but they are in other frequencies. So once you get the principles of natural law, like really get them, you can start to see them everywhere. And in the seasons, obviously, summer and winter, spring and fall, those are your opposites. Summer would be fire, winter would be water. Spring and fall, you know, spring would be air and fall would be earth, and you have to polarize these things just to maintain balance, to stabilize your planet. The outside of which, the inside of which, to sustain life. Nothing lives without balance. Not for long. But yeah, we could keep going into that, but that's it for now. We're just trying to do the principles of natural law. So there you go. Principles of natural law in 3 videos. Boom.